Hey everyone, today on Wild Florida, I wanted to talk to you about, give you some insights on why I put together the orange blossom and oak video. I also wanted to talk to you about why I do this channel overall. And last, I wanted to give you a sneak peek into some of the videos that are coming up, not only this month, but next month and the following months coming. So I hope you get really excited about that. Today on Wild Florida. Hey everyone, it's Jacqueline the Wild Floridian. Welcome and thank you so much for all the views that I saw on the orange blossom video. That was so amazing. Actually, it's been so cool that the two videos that have done the best on my channel have been Biden's Alba and then the Florida native that can save our state flower. I think it's really cool because they really get at why I do this channel, which is I want to do better by the state of Florida. I want to help bring up topics that help people get to know Florida better so that they take better care of it. So yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about that video and I'll get more into why I do the channel. So yeah, so the orange blossom video, and the reason I call it an orange blossom video is because that's how it started. This really was going to be a very straightforward video about in a series of videos about like what is our state flower, what is our state bird, what is our state tree, and just go down the list, and they would be very straightforward, like, you know, it's got 5 petals and it's got how many stamen and blah blah blah, and like very straightforward. But then as I kept doing research on this one, I found it really interesting to learn more about the history of oranges in our state, what it meant for our economy. I mean, I knew it was a big part of our economy, but like I didn't know all of the information I found, which really then took me a lot into learning more and more about citrus greening and the history of citrus greening, and then some of the solutions that they've been trying throughout the years. Which of course I'd seen the articles about the oaks, which was really exciting to hear that maybe a native plant could be part of the solution. Because I think, you know, one of my values, and I think many of your values is protecting the native plants of our state. So to hear, like, I was almost thinking like a little bit of Wizard of the Oz, right? Like you're thinking about elsewhere, but the solutions, right? The happiness and joy is right here at home. So I thought that was kind of like an interesting concept that to tie it all together. So I did spend a lot of time on this video trying to figure out how to tie all these thoughts together into kind of a cohesive story that would be interesting. And you guys really liked it, and I really appreciate how much you liked it. And I really, really, really appreciate that you guys sat through that awful sound. I mean, like, oh, I tried to cut out the worst of it. I really did. Also, I tried to cut out the worst of like my hair sticking up because of the wind. Because I thought that was super distracting. Like I really didn't care, like if I looked crazy for a minute, but I didn't want it to be a distraction from the content. Oh man, you know, it's been really tough. Like Biden's Alba and this video with the orange blossom and the oak were like some of the most important videos for me to make. And both of them, when I'm editing, I was like, both of them, I went through like I need to reshoot this whole thing. The sound, with Biden's Alba, it was up to that time the worst sound and the worst lighting I've ever had, but yet it was the best performing. And then the orange blossom video, like, oh god, the sound was awful. I really did try to cut out so much of it. Oh my gosh, one of you guys sent me a link to sound equipment. Like, you did not even need to do that, and that was so sweet of you to do. So I really appreciate that. Like, this is part of the reason why I wanted to do this video, is to thank you guys for sitting through bad sound, because I know it's rough. I know, because I had to listen to it over and over again as I tried to make it as good as possible. So, you know, yes. So for those who are like, oh, could you do better with the sound in the future? Yes, I will continue to try to do better. And I try to do things like this. Like, that's why I actually shoot on this side of my house, is because it blocks a lot of the wind. So even on windy days when I'm shooting, it'll help. And I do try to pay attention to, move the camera around because my arm's getting tired. I do try to pay attention to all those factors, but yeah, sometimes it can be hard because this is not what I do professionally. This is just a hobby I do. So I do appreciate you guys sitting through that sound. I really appreciate that people really liked the video, and and it just has given me more motivation to keep making videos, because the reason I make these videos is actually, you guys probably see me every now and then swing this little notebook around. I actually have a bunch of them. This is where I take notes on what I'm gonna say and like the facts that I'm finding. And in the very first one, I wrote down, and when I wrote out kind of what I wanted to do for the year in a different notebook, I wrote, to know Florida is to love Florida, is to take better care of Florida. And so I really appreciate the fact that the videos that were the most focused on kind of exposing some information about conservation are the ones that are the most well received. So it just keeps the faith and the motivation alive to just keep on going, to keep producing videos that help inform people about Florida and how they can do better by Florida. And it's always meant to be positive. It's never meant to be judgmental, because I think we're all on a journey of learning, and we're all at different places, and we've all been exposed to different levels of information. So it's really about just helping people. If you want to help Florida, like, what are some things you can do? So that's really like why I did the orange blossom video. I know a couple people were like, oh, I had to wait till 9.5 minutes to find out oak trees. Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, I kind of do mention oaks in the first 60 seconds. It's the storytelling device, but I guess some people didn't receive it as well, but that's okay, right? It takes all types. Some people enjoyed it, some people didn't. I always appreciate the feedback, because the point is to get people to share these type of videos out so that we can continue spreading the message. So I'm always okay with feedback. Some people a little much with how they did the feedback. I don't know if they took their comments down or YouTube took their comments down, but it was like, yeah, look, you don't have to like the video, but we always expect each other to be respectful, because we are all on this journey. And my journey includes making videos. I don't, not professional, like literally not what I got my college degree in, not what I do for my job, not even close. And I'm out in the wild, so it's sometimes hard to deal with some of the things and different ways of telling storytelling. So just takes all types. If you don't like it, just watch something else. It's totally cool by me. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Thank you for all the positive reception. Thank you for all the sharing. People continue to share the Biden's Alba video. People continue to share the orange blossom video. So I think that's so cool, and I do really appreciate it. So I was going to talk a little bit more about, because I haven't ever on the channel really talked about why I did this channel. I talked a little bit about like why I started growing food in the Growing Food is Easy video, but I never really talked about why I felt compelled to start this channel. And it really came from like a couple of different things coming together as I was thinking about stuff in life. I was thinking about my kids. My kids will be the first generation in our family to have been born in Florida. I'm not born in Florida. My husband isn't. He's from the Great Northwest. I'm from the Midwest. You'll pick it up every now and then, especially if I talk about roots. That's roots. I know I have to consciously think about it's roots here in Florida, not ruts. But I've lived here most of my life, from age 6 onward. So I have a lot of love for the state. I love so much about nature here. And I'm just trying to learn more, and I want my kids to learn more, and I want my kids to be outside more, appreciate more. I want them to be able to see things that are great about Florida. So, if nothing ever came of this channel, it wouldn't even matter, because it's got me learning more and it's got me teaching them more. So that's cool by me. And it's got cool things like, my mom making Thanksgiving famous molar yams, which she's made my whole life. So I've got that documented now. So it's cool. If no one ever wanted to watch that video, I'm okay with it, because now I've got it for my kids so they could see Nana doing that. And I'm actually going to, any of the cooking videos, I'm probably going to have most of them be of the family making things, because I think that's what I'm about. It's my family. It's my biggest priority. So yeah. But also, as I thought about them and, wanting to do my part, my husband and I have talked a lot about doing our own part to, improve, because we have a house and we have a yard, and, when we first moved in, we were like, yard, pay someone else to take care of that. But the more we just try to be more environmentally friendly and conservationally conscious, right, we started thinking about growing our own food, and how do we bring native plants in, and how do we do things that are maybe better for Florida's environment. Because when you look at east of the Mississippi, over 80% of land, or maybe it's 90%, I can't remember, it's 80 or 90% of land is privately owned. So that means the majority of potential habitats for wildlife are in private landowners' hands. So it's really important that each of us does our part. So we're on a journey learning more. I love Facebook groups like Florida Native Plants. I've learned so much. I mean, so much. They post so often, like I can't even keep up with all the information. So I'm learning a lot, and I'm trying to integrate that in with our food plants and some of the subtropical and tropical plants that exist here. So I'm trying to do better, and I wanted to help teach other people what I learn so that they can do better too, because they're on that same journey and they have that want to do it. And that's why I always try to focus on like the Growing Food is Easy. I try to look for things that are easy, because some of the stuff that I see out on YouTube, that's a little different is that, you know, I don't have a landscaping business, and I wasn't a nursery owner, right? I'm a mom who has a long commute and I work. So like whatever I gotta do has gotta be super easy. So I was trying to package stuff up, like if I had come, like what would be the easiest version so that I could try things. So that's always the sentiment, and that's no dig at any of the other people because I think they do great and I've learned a lot from them. It's just me trying to, in my own way, help fill like a niche that I thought was open, which was continuing to push like, how do you do things and that they're easy, and really show people like it could be easy. Because if we all take one step forward, we can make a huge difference to help impact Florida. What else? Why else do I do the channel? Also because, a lot of people who live in Florida are not from Florida, just like me and my family, not including my kids. And 900 people move to Florida every single day. So this is a lot of people like who are moving here who don't know a lot about it. And I think sometimes that impacts how they then try to interact with the environment, which includes their yards. Because when I talk about from your backyard, right, wildlife, weather, and habitats from your backyard, I mean, the biggest habitat you work with first is your yard. And they're making a lot of decisions that are detrimental to our state. And they may not even like stuff about the state. They don't have necessarily the appreciation. So I thought, like, how could they just like through like the weather videos, maybe kind of stumble into information that would then give them more information where they might be like, this is fun, this is exciting, this is cool, I want to learn more about it. And then maybe they make some better choices that help our state. So that's some things that I also want to do. And also, when I looked at specifically having kids around the time where that family lost their son at Disney World to an alligator attack. That was really impactful because growing up in Florida, like I knew that you shouldn't play near fresh water, like that you're taught that growing up. But also having family in the Midwest, I know lakes are where people play in the water, and that would be considered a safe place. So I thought, how could we help our guests who come to Florida have a safer experience? Because that was just horrifying what happened to that family. But how could they have a safer experience, a more enjoyable experience? How could they appreciate it more? How could they be good guests to our place, to our home, right? Because this is a great state. This is a great state. And I think you all believe that too. I think that we all are wanting to do our best by it. So that's some of the reasons. What I'm not trying to do, I do not want to be, my dad asked me like, what if you're doing this and like you don't get millions and millions of subscribers? I think if I got millions and millions of subscribers, I would freak out, and not in a good way. Like I really do. Like, no. Yes. The only type of experience that I have with anything filming is in college. I helped out with some movies when I was younger. I did not act in them. The only time I acted was as an extra, and that was because I wanted to help the people. I didn't direct and I did not script. Actually, what I did is I did the organizing of stuff, or I helped with the sets. When I did plays in high schools, I always helped with sets. I never really wanted to be on stage, but I just felt so compelled that, like, right, you got your reason why, so I felt compelled like this was one of the best ways that I could maybe share the message. And so I do that. So even though I wasn't comfortable getting in front of the camera, although I was not really interested in like getting myself out there in that kind of way, I just thought that, I read that having a person's face on the camera helps make the videos better. So I said, okay, I'll do it. So I do it. But that's never the intent of this video, ever. I do not want to be famous. No, thank you. I like my house. I like my yard. I like hanging out with my family. I'm a very big homebody. I like gardening. But I do like helping spread the message. Like even at work, I've found so many gardening people. So I'm all about like sharing the gardening love, sharing things people can do different. So I do that like actively in my life. It's just continuing. You find more people who like, they just don't know a lot and then they just want to. So yeah, so if you ever thought that that was my intent, no, definitely no. Yeah, so really the value of this channel is to help people to know more so that they love Florida more, and then they'll take better care of Florida. So that's in summary kind of what the channel's about. So let's talk about, what should we talk about next? Ooh, what's to come? I am so excited. Like, that is one thing about the videos. I do really enjoy making the videos. I don't really enjoy being in front of the camera, but I do love coming up with the ideas. I love doing the research. I actually have fun editing, trying to figure out the best way to make the videos really concise. I love trying to figure out how to like put a story together with some of the stuff, or like interesting ideas that are not out there already. So here's some of the stuff to come. So let's talk about the Growing Food is Easy series. Bananas are coming up. I've been for months already shooting footage for bananas. To continue on the green onion one, my green onions have bolted. So I've been gathering footage of that so we can show how green onions bolt and then how you can get the seeds. So I thought that would be fun to do. Let's see what's next. What other areas? Oh, and of course I mentioned in videos green onion soup. So we're gonna be making it soon. Yay! So we will definitely do a video on the green onion soup in the next couple months. So look forward to that. My husband will be cooking it again, and I hope you guys enjoy Ben. I enjoy Ben. He's so sweet. I love Ben. Good thing I'm married to him. And then, and this one, I mean, I think it was like late last year I came up with this idea. I'm so excited for this in the month of April. I have been doing research, and yes, we are coming to the time period when Ponce de Leon came to this country. He came to our state and he named it. And I'm going to be doing a video on how did we get our name, but also what inspired our name, because I have done research and nobody really directly answers that question. So I've been trying to build that story of what inspired the name Florida. So I'm really excited for that. That should be coming in April. Also because it's Earth Day, it's not only Earth Day, it's the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. There's gonna be some videos very specifically about conservation. It might be titled something like Green by Going Green. So how you could reduce some of your impact and costs based on doing things that are, green. And another thing that I've been working on since late last year, I actually had started doing footage last year. I've done more footage earlier this year. Gosh, I did some in November. I did some more in January. So look forward to it. It probably won't be coming out until May. I thought it was just like a fun idea. It's not necessarily conservation driven, but I think as a gardener, it was kind of a fun way to look at, right? Which is Epcot. You go around the world, but you stay in Florida. How do they do that? By creating the look of plants while going, right? Like, how do you make the plants look like you're in Norway, but you're in Florida? How do you look like you're in Japan, but you're in Florida, right? Like, I thought that was going to be just such a fun series of videos. So I've been working on that for a while. I've been collecting information, getting every time I go to Disney, because I keep talking to you guys about from your backyard to the theme parks, and I haven't gone into the theme parks, but I have since the launch of this channel known that was coming. So I've been working on it. Yes. So I've been working on it. So I hope you're excited about that, because I'm really excited about that. And I may even do, well, I don't know, I've got other stuff. Like, there's so many ideas. I have like a huge list of ideas, but those are some of the ideas that are coming up this year. In the next few months, you should start seeing some of those come out. As always, if you guys want to see other things, go ahead and just let me know. If you like this style of video every once in a while, especially after I do things like the Florida, how it got its name video, because those ones take a lot of effort, so if you think that it'd be interesting to kind of hear like behind the scenes, what was I thinking, let me know. I'll do more of this. This is not that hard to do. So yeah, I'm just so appreciative that so many people have subscribed, so many people are liking the videos, so many people are sharing the videos. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's crazy, but I appreciate it. So I really just wanted to say thank you, give you a little bit more explanation on the orange and oak video, and yeah, let you know why we're doing this channel. And if you like that, go ahead and just click that and hit that subscribe button, which is somewhere, and let other people know about the channel. Because if you think this stuff is important, you agree, like, let other people know, like, hey, I want you guys to learn more so you can do better for your yard too. It's all good. All right, well, that's all I had to talk about. So I'm gonna go. I gotta go clean the house. Bye.